Hi, I'm doing a Call of the Week series and the one for this one is purple. You should follow it on Instagram if you want to know the swatches of the right purples for you. I don't own a lot of purple actually, that's why I look like an HR person. I have 5 purple items: this cap, this blazer which was supposed to be for like a cosplay of Daphne Flake, but it ended up looking more like the Joker, so I'm not going to use it most likely for that. And then I also have these shoes, but that's just because it's Snoopy and I think they were fun. I have this blanket which is kind of alright. Yellow might be best, but it works. This other one is also a blanket and this one's a little bit more red, so it works as well. It's kind of a warmer purple, looks more pink. This purple is not going to be warm, but it is a little bit warmer. I'm also going to make a video about violet because they are actually different colors. Purple is the name we give the hues that happen between red and blue, and violet is the actual color that we see in nature. So basically violet is just there, and then purple is what you get when you mix blue and red pigments. We do perceive purple as being a little bit more on the red side and then violet more on the blue side, so that's an easier way to distinguish them. But calling purple violet is not as accurate, but if you call violet purple then everything's okay. The idea of color analysis is to grab a color and edit it for it to fit your pictures. And the way that you do that is by altering the color dimensions. We use 3 color dimensions. First we have hue and temperature, and if you split the color wheel in half, you're going to get red and green as the neutrals, and then purple is going to be cool. You can make it a little bit warmer if you add red to it, but it's never going to be warm. Then we have value, which is how light or dark a color is, and you can have dark purples and light purples, so it's just going to sit in the middle. And finally, we have saturation or chroma, which is how bright or muted a color is, and again, purple can be either muted or it can be very bright neon purple. If we see all of these sliders together, then you're going to notice that purple is more for cooler seasons than for warmer seasons. First we have springs, and they are warmer, so since purple is cooler, it tends to look too cool for them unless it fits the other color dimension. So if it's for light springs, it should be light, and if it's for clear springs, it should be bright. In the case of light springs, their purples are going to be more like lilac, and lavender can be there too, but lavender is a bit more blue and lilac is a bit more red, and both of them are light, so they can work for you if you do that. And if you are on the neutral side, then instead of it being a solution to wearing a color that's not from your palette, those can be some of your best colors. I have said that if you're going to wear a color that's not from your palette, then it should at least honor one of your color dimensions. So purple is cool. If you are a clear spring, then it should be bright. It's not going to be necessarily light or dark. If you are a clear spring that leans more towards the light spring side, then they should be light, and if you are a clear spring that's mixed with a dark autumn, which happens a lot if you have a darker skin tone, then it should be a darker purple. Still, since you are a clear spring and not a dark autumn, it shouldn't be that deep. The warmer and darker you are, the more colors you're going to be able to handle. So if you are a clear spring that's also very warm and also very dark, then it's going to be okay. But if purple is still too cool for you and too strong for you, then going for something that's more on the pinkish raspberry side might be a safer option for you. Then we have summers, and purple is a great color for them because it's cool and they are also cool. The ones for soft summers are going to have some grey added to the mix, because even if purple works for them, it is a very strong color, so you need to make it softer for them. With the light summer examples, you're going to see what I told you before of us perceiving purple and violet in a very similar way. One of the purples that I chose for the light summers is called African Violet, But if we put this Violet Tulip swatch next to it, you're going to see that even if both of those are called violet, one is a little bit more purple and the other one is a little bit more violet, because one is a little bit more red and the other one is a little bit more blue. Let's take a pause to say that if you still don't know your color season, then you need to go watch this playlist to find out. And if you want me to do the work for you, you can hire me as your personal stylist at cocostyling.com. And if you want a discount on my services, then you can sign up to the Theory of Brown to get the secret code. Then we have autumns, and just like with springs, purple can clash a little bit too much with them. But the good thing is that if you are a dark autumn, then you're probably going to be able to handle purple a lot better than the other warm seasons. Because even if purple can be light or dark, we usually call light purple lilac, and then purple, well, the purple that we know and what we think about when we hear purple, it's a little bit darker. So it could be medium like this one, or something a lot darker like eggplant. So again, if it doesn't match one of your color dimensions, it has to fit the other one. So dark purples can work for dark autumns. Soft autumns, on the other hand, have a much lower color tolerance. That means that they can get easily upstaged by colors, especially purple, because it is a very strong color. Like I mentioned before, purple can be quite strong, and the very vibrant ones can even be a lot for soft summers, even if they are cool. So the purples for soft autumns need to be very delicate and ideally very red. Finally, we have winters, and they are overall more vibrant than summers, and of course they are cooler than autumns and springs. So purple should be one of their go-to colors if they want to stand out. While blue is technically the main color, there's something uniquely striking about the way they look in purple. And again, it's not a very easy color to find, so if you see someone wearing purple, it's usually going to catch your eye, especially if they are a winter, because they are going to look amazing in it. Additionally, winters have the advantage that they can use light purples as neutrals, so as a substitute for white, and it's going to look very interesting, very different. Of course it's going to stand out, but it's going to look good, which is what we want. This is going to make their outfit look a lot more unique and very interesting. For clear winters, the purples that shine the brightest are the ideal ones for them. These vibrant and intense purples are going to complement the cool and high contrast palette perfectly. On the other hand, if you are a dark winter, then you should go for the very luxurious and deep purples. Regal purples that are rich in intensity and depth are the perfect fit for dark winters, and it just enhances the elegance in their overall coloring, providing a sense of opulence with the majestic hues of purples that they should be wearing. Color psychology links purple to royalty, luxury, and nobility, and the reason for that is that making purple dye was not easy, therefore it was hard to obtain and expensive. But even to this day, it's not as easy to find purple garments in store, even though it's easy to make the dye, more or less. It's easier to make other colors, but we don't have to crush small mollusks anymore for that. It is also dreamy and mystical, often linked to magic and mystery. And that's it for the color of the week. I'm a clear spring and I don't wear a lot of purple. I have three purple garments. So this cap, this blazer, these snippy shoes. I don't think they're available anymore, but they were from Bershka if anyone wants to find them. And the other two are blankets. So I actually love purple as a color, but most of the time what I can find in stores looks off, like very off. These ones are okay, but again, not easy to find. So if you are a close friend that's also similar to me, the purples that you should be looking for are going to be bright like this, and they can also be a little bit lighter, but not super light, because then it doesn't really do much and it might look ashy, especially if it is not vibrant, and that's what you need. Bright and vibrant, because it's cool. But what's your season? Are you one of those lucky people that can wear purple and look regal, mystical and magic? Or are you like me and you actually have a hard time finding purples that work for you? And if you are not a fan of purple, then what is your favorite color? Remember that if you want to save the swatches that are used in this video, then you need to go to my Instagram at cocostyling. And if you want me to make you a custom color chart, then you need to go to cocostyling.com and get yours. If you need more inspiration to start wearing purple, then you're going to love the examples that I posted on my Instagram. Bye!